You know, we can get hype about all of the collaborations and whatnot, but when we get down to the root of it all, it's those 90s retros that just does it. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Shad, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that button, and on your way out, hit that like button as well. Today, I'm excited because once again, I can scratch off another retro release from the list, a shoe that I've been trying to obtain for a few years, and it's the Air Raid. You can fight me over it, but I'll say Tim Hardaway and that crossover, he was killing it. The Spike Lee ad, Tinker Hatfield knocked this one out the park. And if you look at the shoe, there are a lot of styling cues that are reminiscent of the Jordan 8, like if you look on the back, and of course the strap itself. Now what I've understood is that this was supposed to be the outdoor court version of the Jordan 8. I'm actually not 100% sure when this officially released in 2020, but I do know that I picked these up off of Finish Line. Retail price was $140. Nike, a lot of these retailers have been doing interesting things where they've been releasing shoes over months of a period where, you know, maybe Finish Line or Foot Locker will release the shoe and then Nike will drop the shoe. You know, it's been really hard to get your hands on a lot of these drops that are not specific hype shoes. You know, the Air Raid, I was checking for this shoe. This is one of the shoes where, you know, over the last few years, I'll go on StockX, I'll go on eBay, and I'll look to see if I can find my size at a decent price. I know there was the 2014 retros. I was never able to get my hands on them. And if I did see them in a good size, then they were like $400 or $500. So, you know, I just couldn't get myself to pull the trigger. Thank goodness Nike's been dropping a lot of retro releases this year. I've been able to check off a lot of shoes from the list. I've got one more to go. One more to go next week, December 10th. I cannot wait. Once I get my hands on those, I'm gonna hit you guys with the video because you don't understand. That is probably the last grail on my list that I can think of that I have not had that I really, really want. You know, this is just a big clunker of a shoe, man. You know, Nike technology in the 90s wasn't flashy. You didn't have a bunch of air pockets. You know, big Phylon midsoles. You got a big chunky rubber outsole here. You had the midfoot strap, which is probably the biggest distinction of this shoe. Air Raid on the straps. On the heel counter, you can see the nubuck, which has this ribbed texture on it, and it says for outdoor use only, obviously to let you know the main purpose of this sneaker. On the toe, you have a soft short hair nubuck in this gray tone. Throughout the collar, on the mid paneling, and then on the toe, you have this tumbled leather. It feels pretty decent. Black flat laces. You have these metal lace tips with Nike swooshes on them as well. You got a mesh tongue. The top of the tongue is nubuck with gray stitching and Nike Air, which is a really nice touch. You have this rugged pattern in black rubber on the midfoot and heel part of the midsole, as well as this Phylon white midsole. Very, very hard, very tough. You know, I haven't put these on just yet, but I would imagine like these feel like the CB34s that I got earlier this year. Just a really, really big clunker of a shoe. You know, by today's standards, this is definitely some low tech, but what does that matter when it's nostalgia? You know, usually I ask you guys what you guys think about the shoe, post a comment below, but I don't care at this point. Oh, okay, maybe I do care. For you young cats out there, y'all might not understand, but for them old heads, man, post a comment, drop a line below. Let me know how you are feeling about the 2020 Air Raids. Now, from what I understand, this is a lot more closer than the original Air Raids from 1992. That gray strap is a little lighter. I know the 2014 had a darker tone to it. I think also another difference between the 2014 and the 2020 drop is the tongue had a tumbled leather on it instead of the nubuck that we have here in 2020. So, you know, outside of that, there wasn't much of a difference in the two releases. But let me know if you have the 2014 and the 2020 drop, which one do you prefer? For me, I don't care. I am just very happy to have these in the collection. Again, another shoe to check off the list. One more to go. Next week, I will check back in with you guys if I have it in hand, and I will do that review. You might get some on feet looks. You know, I've got a lot of different things that are going on. So the sneakers, for the most part, I'm going to take a back seat to. I still have a lot of shoes that I could do reviews on. So, you know, I'm not going anywhere. But as far as new pickups are concerned, I might take it easy for a little while. I'm trying to get some business things off the ground. So, you know, I will tune back in when we get these chips right. You know, with 2020 and everything like that, I needed an escape. You know, I got back into the YouTube videos, man. And for you guys out there that are still rocking with me after all of these years, and even all you new subscribers, I appreciate you. It means so much to me. You know, I love to be able to interact with you guys. I like to see what you guys are rocking. I like to hear what you guys are thinking. You know, there's a lot of things that we can talk about in the sneaker game. Keep it fresh, you know, keep it different. You know, I don't just go for the hype sneakers. You know, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, that's not my MO. I have a few heat things in there, but for the most part, you know, I'm a grassroots sneaker collector. You know, it's about the nostalgia, you know, to go back and get some of that 90s retro, tap into my childhood again. You know, for me, that's what it's all about. But thank you again. I will check in with you guys later. Until the next time, y'all be easy. Peace.